What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes are back with another superstar from the sport of mixed martial arts. Today we get to talk to Sergio Pettis, the Bellator MMA bantamweight champion who defends his title on June 16th. It's a Friday coming up here. Of course, Showtime's got you covered, and they'll be rocking and rolling at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. His opponent, Patricio Pitbull Freire. What's up, Sergio? How are you?
So, man, how you guys doing today? Doing well.
Good. The Phenom, still not even 30 years old, man. We've been covering you forever. You still haven't hit 3-0.
Yeah, it's happening this year, though. Yeah, the big 3-0 is coming this year. It's been around for a while now, 12 years in the sport. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. Time's flying.
Starting out early is good because you're younger. The body can resist all that, right? But still, at some point in time, wear and tear is wear and tear. How do you hold up after all these years, and especially coming off a serious injury?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely feeling the sport, at 12 years in. But now that I'm older, man, I'm starting to really take my time with recovery, starting to really taking the sport serious inside and outside of fighting. So it's definitely a big change that I'm getting used to, especially coming off this ACL injury, but definitely necessary, necessary for me to keep having longevity.
Taking it serious as in just tightening up the screws, or did you tend to like maybe party or let things loose in between fights? What do you mean?
Yeah, I definitely let loose between fights, but as I got older, I started getting away from that. But just pushing through things. That's what I'm talking about, like pushing through injuries and pushing through bad days, and not just making the most smart decisions during prepping for fights. As far as inside the gym, I'm not one to really party as I got older. I got a fiance now too, and got a lot of things, a lot of responsibilities that I can't put at jeopardy anymore.
Mm-hmm. Sergio, I know that you guys aren't in Milwaukee, but you're not far away down in Chicago. How many people are going to be in the Pettis contingent on June 16th? I imagine you're going to have a good home crowd, right?
For sure, man. I got all my family and friend coming out, all my teammates. It's going to be a big Sergio Pettis night. It's going to be definitely a crowd cheering for me, putting on for Midwest MMA. So it's going to be big, man. It's a opportunity and a blessing to come back to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. What was it like to get at least the first title defense out of the way? You're always going to hear from a naysayer, no matter what you do. And of course, there's the old, well, you're not champ until you defend. You defended. This will be your second title defense. Do you feel more pressure? Do you think about it? Like, do you have goals for this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, I'm not feeling the pressure. I feel I had a lot of pressure coming up through my career that it was just ruining me. So now I'm just kind of going through going through things, like kind of accepting whatever, win or lose, I'm accepting to both. But, this fight for sure, there's a lot of talk fighting Patricio Pitbull coming off an ACL injury. I'm looking at it more of as an opportunity, as in a blessing than actually something that stresses me out. So, yeah, I'm prepped for this moment. I'm really prepped.
What's going on right here? Is this a fight camp beard, or are you giving the Dagestanis a shout out? We haven't.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to look Russian, so they think I got this wrestling.
That's hilarious. One more from me, and then I'll turn over to Goes. I know he's got a few for you. Sergio Pettis, our guest here. He is going to be fighting on June 16th, Bellator 297 in Chicago, Illinois, and it's a stacked card. 2 title defenses that night. Do not forget Vadim Nemkov defending against Yoel Romero, the soldier of God. All right, so Sergio, there's going to be a lot of talk about how historical this is for Patricio Pitbull Freire. And I know I don't know, does that even bother you, or does it actually add to the significance of the fight?
I think it adds to the significance of the fight. If I beat Patricio and be able to stop him from becoming a 3-time world champ, it'll be great for my career and my resume. I'm here to fight some of the best in the world, man. And my last couple of fights for Bellator, man, you're seeing it. I'm fighting guys who have really great records. I fought Juan Archuleta when he was 25-2, fought Horiguchi when he was 29-3. Now I'm fighting Patricio Pitbull 35-5. So they got me over here at death row, definitely at Bellator. They're putting me with the big boys, and I'm showing that I can hang and I can bang too.
I was going to ask you a question along the same lines. Everybody wants what you have, but this is one of those cases where there is somebody that's going for something pretty significant, and you do get the chance to play kind of a spoiler. Is that kind of fun? Does it bring like a next level to the fight?
For sure. It puts a chip on my shoulder, man. He's thinking that he can come through and come down to 135 and walk through me and get what I have right now, which is the belt. And to go out there and spoil that moment for him would be a great moment for my career, you know. And just based off of the scenario, coming off of an ACL injury, I know these guys are looking past me and thinking that I'm gonna come back and not be the same fighter, but they're right. I'm not coming back, and I'm not gonna be the same fighter. I'm different. I've learned so much last year, and even though I was injured, man, I was training. I was dedicated in the gym. I was helping my teammates get better, watching film. I think I got more involved in the sport, honestly, and I have a different eye for it.
You know, Pitbull's a great fighter, great skins on his walls. But what do you feel like over the last couple of years? He's been fighting for so long. Do you feel like he's continuing to improve? Is there evolution there? Does he kind of look like the same guy to you? What are your thoughts when you look over his game and his resume?
I mean, his game has been so set. It's been, you know, he's got a great skill set. He's got a great range. He's very fast and explosive. He's a smart fighter. I think as he's getting older, he's starting to be more smart. You know, he's not putting himself in situations where he's on the opposite end, the losing end. And he's taking these fights and he's going out there and winning. You know, that's the important thing at the end of the day. You know, obviously you want to get these great finishes and great performances, but at the end of the day, we got to come out with 2 checks. A W, and, you know, just got to go out there and, you know, he's being smart at the end of the day. He's been a smart fighter.
Looking at your resume, can we look at one night, pick a Sergio Pettis and say, that guy, if that guy shows up, that's the best Sergio Pettis right there. He gets the job done.
You know, I haven't had that night yet. I feel that night's going to be June 16th. So I feel you guys will see the best Sergio Pettis June 16th. My game has got a lot different from when I was last in there in 2021. And I'm at an age right now, man, where I know where I want and I know where I got to go. And I believe in myself. I trust myself. Back then, I didn't have that. I didn't have that belief and that mentality that I currently have. And I'm excited to go out there and put everything together.
How do you approach a fighter who is dropping down in weight from what I believe is the first time, or if he's done it before, it's been a long time, because we knew him as a featherweight, stepped up as a lightweight, and then back to feather. And I know you can answer this question because you've done the same thing. You fought at a lower weight where I'm sure you felt faster, but that weight cut's got to be something, right? And he's doing the weight cut for the first time and 5 rounds for the first time. I mean, that's a lot. So is this one where you need to step on the gas and right away start to, you know, hit that gas tank from his end?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. You know, if I fought at 25, like you said, so I know the difference of how I felt at 135 to 125. That extra 10 pounds makes a hell of a difference. So, and he's getting older, man. You know, I did at a younger age. He's older, so we'll see how his body adjusts. We'll see if he's still as durable. All I remember is when I was cutting down, I felt very fragile and made me second guess a lot of my game. So we'll see how he does. You know, I know he's putting himself in the best case scenario. You know, he's probably got a great nutritionist. He's probably putting a lot of money in this camp to make sure he makes weight. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, I haven't really put much thought into that. I know he's a competitor and he's hungry. He's got a goal, and he's going to go out there and give me the best Patricio he could be that night.
It's almost like the focus is mostly the weight cut rather than the actual hard sparring and training. Because I also heard that when you go down and you taper your body down a little bit, you can be more susceptible to injury. So you tend to do a little bit less of that. Did you find that was happening with you as well?
For sure, yeah. You're more fragile at those lower weights, and definitely the focus is to make weight. Obviously, you know, it's so you could actually fight. So, yeah, it takes away from a lot of the skill set when you're just focused on making that weight. But Patricio, being the veteran he is, you know, I'm sure he's okay with that. He's got a great game, and it's a game that's been working for him for years. So I'm sure he's okay with that to take away, you know, that time to put on the weight, more management, but. You know, I'm not really worried about that, man. I feel like he's going to make the weight. We're going to have this fight, and he's going to come out and give me the best him, and I'm going to give him the best me, and we'll see who's successful.
2 more quick ones. What were your emotions when the Grand Prix wrapped up? On the one hand, your close friend, Raytheon Stott, suffered a KO. Beautiful knee knockout by Patchy Mix. So, you know, what were you feeling, man? That was your friend that got KO'd, but at the same time, I think you would have had to fight your friend eventually if he won. So what were you feeling that night?
You know, I definitely didn't want to see that happen. I had Rafion winning the tournament. You know, he's my boy, man. I want him to do the best he could do. And, you know, $1 million could change a lot for anybody's life. So definitely unfortunate, but at the same time, it was going to be hard to fight Rafa. And I think the universe just showed both of us that we're not meant to fight each other. You know, my fight, when we were supposed to fight, I tore my ACL, and, you know, this happened to him. So I think, you know, the universe was just saying, you know, that wasn't meant to happen. And now what's meant to happen will happen.
And then the last one, Bellator's debuting 125. Have you completely closed the door at 125 with your old pal Kyoji Horiguchi? You know, he's being showcased there in Japan. I imagine he's the odds-on favorite to take that one down. He's done well as a flyweight in the past. What are your thoughts on that? Is that a possibility at all?
Definitely something I'm interested in. You know, obviously to have that champ or status, but man, you know, that cut to 125 is not fun for anybody. And the older I'm getting, I'm like, man, I don't know if I really see myself going back down. If it made sense and the opportunity presented itself, the competitor in me and the ego in me would be like, definitely can make it. But yeah, man, how I feel at 35 is a lot different than how I feel at 125.
Who almost just made a cameo right there? Was that your dog?
Yeah, these are my Pitbulls. I surround myself with Pitbulls too, you know, so I'm ready for this, man. Yeah, yeah, let me get them. Boys, come here. They're all being crazy right now.
How many you got?
I got 2 of them.
Okay, cool. Damn, you got a nice house, man. It's a big house.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. This is one of them right here.
Hey, there you go.
Prince, and this is Kingston. We're gonna name the next one Patricio.
No, that's funny. Nice way to close the interview, man. Looks like you've done well for yourself. You got a beautiful backyard, beautiful home. Listen, I know there's just a few weeks left, but I hope you have a great camp, whatever's left. Safe weight cut. It's a banger of a fight on June 16th, Bellator 297, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Showtime. Sergio Pettis defends his title against Patricio Pitbull Freire. Don't forget Vadim Nemkov, also defending his title. Thank you, Sergio, for the time, man. Great to see you back on your feet, overcoming that injury. Pettis brothers are legends, man. Good stuff.
Hey, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon.